I didn't realize that it was my mind was all jacked up. And my coach at the time would say things like, I could show you guys exactly what to do. And I was like, well, then do it, but she wasn't, because she realized that she would be basically casting her pearls amongst the swine. When I got to the end of myself and realized that all of my YouTube videos and all of my Google knowledge was not working, it's not getting me to the level that I need to be where I want to be health wise. I was like, I need to invest in a nutrition coach. And honestly, I didn't care how much she charged, because I looked at her stats and I believed in what she's doing. And I was like, let's do it. And again, that I never would have made a decision like that, not even 5 years ago, maybe not even 3-4 years ago. But when you get to the end of yourself and you realize you've taken yourself as far as you can go, now if you want to advance, some people don't really want to advance. Let's just be honest.
That's
Like,
good.
some people say they do, but they really don't. They're afraid. And so they'll stay stuck, and God will let you sit there for 5 or 10 years.
It's so true.
Until you're ready, and then you invest.
That's what he did with the Israelites in Egypt, y'all, right? It's like this knowing of Exodus. We're all like, yes, we've made it this far. And so this far is good enough. Yeah. I've got the manna. I'm comfortable here. And yet he's like, there is a land of milk and honey. And I don't mean to associate coaching is the entrance point of that. I think you've said it really beautifully, is the knowing that honestly, it's more about thyself, right? It's like that inward work. It's that mindset work that's associated to coaching, because you've put in money. You feel like there needs to be this outcome factor, which there should be. But what I found is the higher that investment is, the more I show up and the more the other people show up for that exchange. Mm-hmm. And therefore the multiplication factor is that much more abundant, because they're actually doing the work. You were a part of the membership program, Core Creatives, which was a community of rooted entrepreneurs. This podcast hasn't heard too much about that experience, but that was how I really launched into coaching, was through a membership program. And I have found since ending that program, the differentiation between the people who are coming to like collaborate and communicate and hang out than those who were actually looking to grow and affect change and create a movement and build a business really had a lot to do with the investment that they were willing to put in. Talk to me about like that experience in Core and even maybe that perspective.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with the first category, right? I think
1,000%.
You just need to know your goals. And I think I even said to you at some point, Tamra, I was like, I'm good where I'm at. Like I'm perfectly content. Everybody doesn't want to build a $10 million a year business, and that's okay. And so I think that knowing your goals, again, like knowing what is important to you, what do you feel like God has called you to do? I'm a full-time pastor. And so I know that I have time constraints that I can devote to my business. And so when I think of what are the things that I really want to do, then again, as I was talking about working my way backwards, I'm like, how much money do I want to make? And then the investments start to make sense, or they don't make sense. There's some things that I'm not going to invest in, not because I don't feel I'm worthy, or not because I don't think it's a good idea, but because that might not be where I'm heading. And so I think that, with anything in life, we always value more what we put in. And this is why, again, when I first started out in business, I was doing everything for free, because I'm like, but this is ministry. Like, people have needs, and I don't feel right charging. But what I didn't realize is I'm staying up, taking time away from my family, studying, researching, writing, putting together content. I'm doing all of this stuff, and no one's paying me for that.